Have you ever been in a situation where you felt the weight of the world on you? Most of us have. This feeling could be described as an overload of stress in the body. In today's video, we will help you with this problem by talking about 10 Stoic principles that help one master their stress when in stressful situations. Before we start this video today, I have an announcement to make. We have just launched our new Stoic newsletter called the Stoic Lifestyle. If you want to join this newsletter, go to the pinned comment in the comment section and click on the link. Also, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe button if you want to watch more life-changing Stoic content. Thank you all for watching and enjoy. Number 1. Breathe deeply in stressful situations. When you notice your thoughts racing anxiously or your muscles tensing up during acutely stressful situations, purposefully reshaping your inhales and exhales helps restore a sense of inner calm. The very moment you feel pressure or emotional intensity start peaking around you, pause everything else to focus your full attention singularly on taking 5-10 long, full, deliberate breaths, rather than unconsciously gasping shallowly or holding air in your chest. Place your hands gently on your lower belly, feeling it expand with steady diaphragmatic inhales, then sink back downward even more deeply on slower, extended exhales. Consciously regulate this pace using mental counts. This deceptively simple yet immensely powerful breathing ritual signals greater safety to our ramped-up sympathetic nervous systems, instantly halting and lowering the stress hormone cortisol. As you continuing breathing slowly and deeply through the waves of present difficulty, you'll notice mounting muscular tension gradually release while mental fog lifts, granting clearer perspectives and intuitive direction once again. The relentless noise of worry and anxiety quiets as centered stillness returns. By diligently applying these effortful yet soothing belly breaths, whenever you find yourself feeling emotionally overwhelmed or overreactive, you can train yourself over time to default into much steadier respiratory rhythms, despite external chaos swirling around you. Just as ocean creatures survive tumult by evolving adaptive traits, allowing them to flow harmoniously, let breath become the anchor you cling to amidst life's inevitable storms. Even in situations where urgent duties or decisions demand immediate action, first take 60 seconds to briefly redirect full consciousness to inhaling calmly and fully, exhaling evenly and completely. This quick bodily reset unlocks exponential benefits, rapidly restoring mental acuity, emotional stability, and access to intuitive wisdom, so your ensuing responses align more nobly with your values rather than reacting rashly. Simply breathe, then act wisely. Number 2. Get moving. When turmoil strikes, avoid collapse. Instead, intentionally give your stress outlets and productive direction through healthy physical expression. When pressures around you start peaking, immediately redirect that surging, unsettled manic energy into kinetic channels like taking brisk walks, jogging, ecstatic dancing, or strength training, rather than imploding emotionally. Moving with presence naturally dissolves those tense knots in your muscles, while also circulating oxygen and neurotransmitters that profoundly ease discomfort in both body and mind. Ideally, proactively cultivate such healthy stress relief habits long before crises erupt, by exercising aerobically most days, exploring enjoyable movement forms that resonate, and even pre-designating alternative spaces you can temporarily retreat to for restorative activity when office tensions spike acutely. Then when life's stresses do strike, you've already prepared outlets for expending the excessive adrenaline and cortisol. You can redirect into constructive motion rather than destructive meltdowns. Even seemingly gentle physical activities like taking leisurely walks outdoors have proven calming effects by producing more alpha brainwaves associated with relaxed yet wakeful and attentive states. This allows intuitive wisdom and creative problem solving to emerge where excessive beta thinking previously obscured solutions. And unlike addictive quick fixes, elevating your heart rate through effort trains lasting resilience while organically restoring emotional equilibrium. Keep stress moving. Transmute it alchemically through mindful movement. If turmoil finds you unexpectedly, let vigorous physical activities help impose order on the ensuing chaos, both inner and outer. Channel the intensity mindfully into preparation for victorious emergence on the other side. For as Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What we do now echoes in eternity." Our reactions in crisis plant seeds for destinies awaiting in the outcome. Number 3. Unplug regularly. Constant total immersion without breaks in our modern media environments of endless sensational headlines and urgency ultimately frays mental and emotional endurance over time for even the strongest minds. Be sure to intermittently and purposefully withdraw from the fray. Conscientiously schedule significant stretches of offline time every week, where you set firm boundaries without ads or alerts, incessantly demanding reaction across infinite feed streams and entertainment spectrums. Protect spaces for genuinely rejuvenating activities like shared family meals, leisurely nature walks, early bedtimes, and more by setting aside devices unrelated. For even longer periodic digital detoxes to regain sanity amidst input overload. Designate entire device-free days or weekends where you consciously shift full focus to people and pursuits increasingly neglected. Upon unplugging even briefly, notice how your senses and consciousness start naturally expanding outward again, rather than constricting attention towards small, glowing screens alone. Reset awareness to attune instead to the subtle beauty, inspiration, and sensory engagement always awaiting your rediscovery in books, intimate conversations, creative projects, and kinesthetic activities lost amidst disproportionate online activity and passivity. Let their tangible real-world vitality genuinely revive depleted spirits. With adequate, proactively scheduled downtime off-grid for freedom to think critically, create expressively, and actively recreate, you consistently return to contiguous digital domains renewed for sustainable stints of limited windows, retaining far greater mental health and emotional regulation when needed. But without ongoing, semi-regular punctuation, compulsive avoidance of stillness and distraction, through non-stop digital permanence will erode those very foundations sustaining effectiveness, creativity, and wisdom, like life-enriching human connection, reverent spiritual sight, space for original ideas to emerge organically. Be sure to shelter these endangered inner springs in peaceful refuge like the quiet eye within every storm. Number 4. Nourish your body. Stress severely burdens adrenal glands, digestion, immunity, and more over time, depleting energy essential for managing turbulence with wisdom and poise. Eat regularly. Schedule meals consistently, even amidst marathon work obligations rather than adrenaline overriding hunger signals until crashing hard later. Stress starves tissues by diverting blood flow elsewhere. Nourish the periphery. Make time for wholesome comfort foods, soothing frayed nerves between obligations. Avoid inflammatory foods spiking cortisol like excess sugar, refined carbs, and caffeine that briefly gives false energy through blood sugar spikes and crashes. Prioritize anti-inflammatory greens, berries, fish oils, and spices like turmeric that reduce anxiety's fire gradually without backdrafts. Prepare the foundations for resilience before emergencies strike by consistently fortifying health reserves through nutrition, hydration, and rest. Then, when crises inevitably still arise, your deeper wells support flowing skillfully through them without quaking. Let self-care strengthen self-mastery. Forge iron constitution and steady presence through clean fuel, not quick fixes. Be sufficient unto each day by feeding body and soul the goodness that sustains you through adversity without compromise. Number 5. Sleep enough. Protect at least 7 to 9 hours for adults nightly through setting sleep-promoting habits like shutting off screens before bed, establishing soothing pre-bedtime rituals, make bedrooms cooler and darker. Quality rest empowers resilience far more than burning midnight oil trying to control everything. Sleep repairs neural connections, allowing clear perspectives that remedy problems that runs rampant when exhausted. And enhanced empathy while well-rested lets you distinguish legitimate threats from imagined ones amplified through fatigue. Process emotions adaptively after rest. Prepare for trials and trauma during easier seasons by valuing sleep consistency over ceaseless grinding when threats feel safely distant. Construct reserves in body and spirit for demands that will come. Store adequate wind to navigate harsh seas appearing later. As Aurelius emphasized, how much more grievous suffering has that man endured who has starved for sleep? Forswear that deeper pain by refusing to starve for this bread, enabling all else. If denying sleep's balm through ignoring its necessity now, anguish will compound later, having to recover twofold. Number 6. Declutter physical spaces. Set aside time to sort through and organize overly dense environments filled with observational distraction. Whether homes crowded with dusty trinkets demanding dusting, or office desks piled precariously under stacks of paper, file, categorize, digitize, and discard items not truly needed. This decluttering process creates both physical and mental spaciousness, relieving you of constant low-grade sensory chaos, unintentionally taxing your attention all day, through peripheral environmental views. As external order settles subtly around you, inner clarity and mental focus return as well, granting clearer perspective to sort through demanding priorities with attention centered rather than disoriented. As Epictetus emphasized, do not try to seem wise to others. Appearing morale is less important than actually becoming that way. But reasonably ordered external foundations indubitably empower intentionally beautiful outcomes to emerge and shine when built purposefully atop them. So while inner spiritual sight matters most, outside conditions can inform inner ones, and a wisely ordered outer landscape inspires wisdom, creative action, and intentional beauty to blossom from the clarified mind within. Number 7. Simplify commitments. Chronically overscheduling stackable obligations leads to mounting depletion over time without proper rest. Identify and eliminate non-essentials. Audit your average weekly schedule, tallying appointments, meetings, household duties, services, and more across domains. Then highlight everything non-essential. Start strategically culling back 20% at first through delegation, automation, altering expectations. Build rest pockets. With breathing room reopened, examine core priorities like self-care, family ties, career, and recreation. Then firmly block off essential times to honor these first before peppering calendar with discretionary social events and self-imposed duties, tempting to reaccumulate and overfill freed pockets of relief. During the simplifying process, common fears arise of disappointing others, falling behind, missing out, or having others judge you as lazy. But reveal these anxieties as ego-based rather than actual. Stay active in what truly matters while dropping the busy work pretense. Your growing integrity shines. No achievement crowding days to utmost capacity outweighs subtly harming long-term well-being through stress or regrets over missed meaning. Master choices before time masters you. Simplify pleasing a dutiful few daily, rather than straining to impress the world through non-stop spectacle. Number 8. Listen to good music. The 8th helpful Stoic principle for counteracting stress effects suggests listening to emotionally soothing music, which has been clinically shown in studies to rapidly lower stress hormone levels like cortisol, while also inducing deep relaxation responses. Especially classical, ambient electronica, Native American flutes, or sounds from nature. Carve out more dedicated pockets and days for simply listening with presence to transportive melodies and harmonies selected consciously for lowering anxiety rather than just passively defaulting to background noise like news or radio chatter. Let prosperity flow from sounds. Whether playing resonant instrumental music lightly amidst workspaces to subtly reset nervous systems, fluctuating intensity throughout days, or scheduling longer evening unwinding sessions, focusing wholly on attending to the shifting textures and tones, speaking to soul depths tuned to receive them, intentionally curate your soundscape's peace. Allow musical haven to whisk frantic thoughts into expanded sonic spaces, stretching inward ever deeper beyond thinking itself to access whole being restoration. Through soothing auditory landscapes sweeping you away from worldly burdens hourly or nightly, find renewal again. Of course, select compositions suited to your personal musical tastes and biochemistry, rather than assuming blanket formulas. But bathing consciously in beautiful audio atmospheres released from words opens up psychic breathing room for rebooting fried circuits then approaching demands afresh. Number 9. Laugh out loud. Carve out small yet regular breathing spaces, allowing organic merriment to arise through activities like comedy videos, funny podcasts, amusing books, Or most powerfully, rich interpersonal contact teasing out laughter until sides ache. Even when alone, give full voice to delight erupting randomly as pure giggles without self-consciousness. Feed spirit mirth's tonic pleasure at random yet frequent intervals. Also, subtly counterbalance intensity or anxiety throughout days by carrying portable jokes to share or spontaneously swooping family into impromptu hug attacks, ending gravity by having everyone merry simultaneously. Give chaos not order, but whimsical disruption, his proper due between obligations. After all, the old adage remains ever true. All work and no play can damage your health significantly. Of course, avoid artificial extremes like forcefully chasing wild, ceaseless amusement from morning until night. But sprinkling in measured, intentional laughter beyond what surfaces unaided can help revive childlike wonder and emotional release deeply, allowing psychic integrity supporting you smoothly through tribulations great and small. Receive this birthright blessing of laughter positively mending, otherwise soon breached when pressure builds without outlet. Learn to chuckle wisely amidst the quest. Witnessed by researcher and subject alike, contagious group laughter also instantly forges bonds of affection, kinship, and camaraderie, through mirror neurons firing empathy across mammals. Laughter offers glimpses of our shared humanity's better angels as souls imaginably freed from circumstance divides, skin barriers, and concern for appearances play raucously together. When guards drop through laughter, let bellies joyfully stretched grow goodwill. Where once we projected isolation and otherness onto fellow travelers, suddenly emerges kinship, revealing oneness. Number 10. Cultivate compassion. Rather than indulging harsh self-criticism when confronting difficulties that feeds distress, talk gently to yourself inwardly as you would to a trusting friend or loved one also facing setbacks. Counter emotional attacks from your inner critic when overwhelmed with nurturing support you're offered others like, "This is so tough right now, but you're doing your best. Get some rest first, then you'll have more clarity." Treat yourself as worthy of care through challenges. Model respectful self-leadership that acknowledges painful realities without shaming shortcomings. Say, "I know I missed the goal today and feelings are running high, but berating myself as worthless helps nothing." Lessons, then back at it. Teach resilience by example. As our capacities expand through applying Stoic principles for addressing stress like preparation, renewal, and revitalization, have faith that proficiency facing difficulties will organically grow over time without. Of course, accountability and discipline still reign appropriate regarding ethics or duties shirked irresponsibly. But where facing righteous struggles or limitations, dump condemnation for encouragement. Recognizing each sincere effort made toward progress against adversity faced courageously. Befriend frailty. If you are listening to this, thank you for staying till the end. If you feel any of these Stoic lessons resonated with you today, feel free to start a Stoic discussion in the comments. I welcome Stoic discussions as they are what the great Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca advised for. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, and if you want more content like this, subscribe and hit the bell. Thank you for watching, and as always, I hope you find peace and serenity in the Stoic ways.